And just like that, we are back, and it is time for the first ride and review of the Brocks Pentacarbon exhaust, and some minor issues for me when installing it. But somebody who's not mechanically inclined or don't have the tools or know-how, they're probably gonna have a bigger issue than I did. So let's get this thing started up. Sounds so good. Yeah. Man, still waiting on that freaking clutch stuff. I hate that this one's broke because it feels so weird using it. So we're still waiting on that. And the mirror and the stator cover. Alright, let's see. This one. Okay. Alright, so let me get my gloves on and get out on the road, and I'm gonna come back with y'all. So now that we made it out here on the road, let's talk about the exhaust. So far, it sounds pretty good. It's got a nice deep rumble. It's loud, like really loud. Right now I'm cruising in 5th gear, right around 4,500 RPM. I'm not sure how much it's picking up for y'all, but it's kind of loud. I mean, it's not super loud like H2 loud, but it's loud. I wanted to talk to y'all though about some of the issues I had installing it. So first off, this is the Brocks Pentacarbon, and it's made for the Gen 2 booster. It's not specifically made for the Gen 3, which from what they said, what Brock said, is that it physically bolts up to the motorcycle. That's the thing. They're saying that it's supposed to go on with no issues, except the fact that the Gen 3 comes with 2 O2 sensors, and the Gen 2 only comes with 1. That's supposed to be the only issue. That's the only thing I've heard anybody talk about. So I get everything done. I get the OEM exhaust off and start putting on the Brocks exhaust. First thing is, they tell you to replace the copper gaskets for the header pipes. They tell you to replace those with the ones that they send you. Well, the ones that they send are thick as crap and have little spot welds look like it around them. So when you're trying to put it into the head, it is really hard to get those in there. Like, it's a super tight fit. I had to try to get them flush, and then I kind of just like I took like a socket and put on it and then just tapped it in, but it was a pain getting those in. Now I can only imagine trying to get those things out. They say they're reusable, that's why people use those, so we'll see just how reusable they are if I ever have to change them out. Hopefully I can get them out. But that was the first issue I had. I would have rather, but I didn't want to wait. I would have rather just waited and put in the original ones, because those go in a lot easier with no problems. But I wanted to get the exhaust on, so I used those. So that was the first issue. Next issue, the flanges for the header pipes, you put those on the bike first. Now, You have to remove the oil cooler to get these on. It's such a tight fit, you have no room without damaging your oil cooler fins to put this thing on. So I had to pull the oil cooler off. Now, some people probably got lucky and was able to get theirs on without pulling the oil cooler. I had to pull the oil cooler because I didn't want to damage it. And even after I got the oil cooler off, trying to get the header pipes to mate up to the flanges was a pain. When I say it's a tight fit, it is a tight fit. So it took me a while to get those on. And like I said, I don't remember any other exhaust being that hard to put the flanges on. Put the header pipes onto the flanges because of how tight of a fit it is. Now, it being a tight fit to me is a good thing. I mean, you see how to put that high temp sealant or whatever Brocks sent you around it. I did do that, but it was just so hard to get the pipes on because of how tight of a fit it was. But like I said, ended up getting it on. So now we got the header pipes on. Now we got some clearancing issues with the oil cooler. So on the left side of the bike, the hose that comes, I want to say it's off of is it off of the oil pan, I think, or off of the oil filter to the left side of the oil cooler. So the metal part of that hose was hitting the header pipe. So in the instructions, it do tell you that you may have to, clearance it a little bit. You may have to like just pull or bend the little metal part a little bit to get some clearance. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to wait until I got everything all mated up right before I started moving and bending stuff around. So I got everything on, not tighten up, and seeing what it was doing, and it was still hitting. So then, yeah, I had to kind of bend it a little bit to get some clearance for that. So that was the other issue. Then we got the pipe and everything. We got everything installed, and I'm gonna put a picture up right here. The bracket for the muffler was keeping the rear brake from disengaging fully. This light's just not gonna change, huh? I'm not about to keep sitting here, man. Stupid. But it wouldn't let the rear brake disengage all the way. So I didn't catch this when I was installing it, because I had to obviously pull the rear brake down in order to get the bolt tightened for that for the muffler. So as I do whenever I have a bike apart, the way I had this one apart, I do a slow ride around the neighborhood, check the brakes, check steering, make sure I got ample ground clearance, no issues, no oil leaks, none of that. So I noticed as I get down the road that whenever I roll out the throttle, the bike feels like I'm riding the brakes. So when I felt that, I pull over and I look at the back wheel, and the rear rotor is glowing red. Now remind you, it's nighttime, so obviously it looks a lot brighter at night than it does in the daytime, but it's glowing red. So I pull up on the rear brake to try to disengage, and I can feel the bike start to roll like it's supposed to. So I turn around. Well, I didn't turn around. I got gas because I was right there at the gas station. I looked at it, I checked everything, made sure it wasn't engaged still, and then I made my way back to the house. So I had to basically take the rear set off, use my Dremel, and Dremel out enough area to get clearance for the rear brake not to be hitting it. And yeah, and I guess that's the issue that I had. I haven't seen anybody talk about the install of the Brocks exhaust or any issues they had. Everybody just seen the post that they put the exhaust on the motorcycle or any Gen 2 exhaust on the Gen 3 booster, but nobody says anything about any issues other than that whole dual O2 sensor thing. So I just wanted to point that out in this first ride and review video for the Brocks Pentacarbon exhaust on my bike. So now I want to see what this thing sounds like opened up. So let me make it get some room. Well, it's a little bit of traffic on here, so let me make it somewhere where I can get a one pull in to see what this thing sounds like wide open screaming. Be right back. Couldn't really hear jack crap, all this wind in my helmet. Like, I could hear the exhaust, but I couldn't hear it as loud as like right now when I'm just cruising. So I'm not sure how that's gonna pick up on camera for y'all, but hopefully that was a good long pull for y'all to hear how it sounds wide open. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up right there. I didn't want to make it too long of a video. I just wanted to let you guys know, well, give you the first ride on it and then let you know some of the issues I had installing it. So, but actually, let's see if we can get a pull in right here. First ride review and first wide open to let you guys hear the exhaust. And yeah, that's the Brocks Pentacarbon, guys. So if you got any questions or anything, any input on any of the issues I had, put them down below in the comment section. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. Deuces!